Hey everyone, Kathryn here. Let's work this problem together. Find the values of the trigonometric functions of the angle in standard position whose terminal side passes through the given point. Simplify your answer, including any radicals. Use integers or fractions for any numbers in the expression. Now they give us an ordered pair, and when we think about an ordered pair, we always know it's x, y. Now we want to calculate the distance r. Well, the distance r is the same thing as the hypotenuse. So you're looking at this and you're thinking, wow, that looks just like the Pythagorean Theorem. You would be correct. We're going to follow that. That will give us the square root of x, which is 6 squared, plus y, which is -8 squared. That gives us the square root. 6 squared is 36, plus -8 squared is 64. That is going to give us the square root of 100, and hopefully you remember the square root of 100 is 10. So that's our r. Now all we have to do is determine the trigonometric functions. Now I want to step back for just a minute, because in our question it says in standard position and a terminal side. What that's talking about is if we looked at a coordinate system, the standard position is when the one side is on the x-axis. Okay, so this is the initial position, and this is called the terminal. If you think about the words, initial means start and terminal means end. And that's all this is saying, is that we have an initial, which is on the x-axis, and then we have a terminal, and that's why we can say that we have an ordered pair x, y. Now all we have to do is start filling in what we know. Well, we know that y, because it's part of the ordered pair, is -8, and our hypotenuse, or r, is 10. Now remember, you always have to reduce it. So this will give us -4 over 5. Cool. Then we have cosine, which is x over r. Our x in the ordered pair was 6, and our r is 10. When I reduce that, I end up with 3 over 5. All right, looking good. Our tangent is y over x. Our y was -8. Our x was 6. We need to reduce that, so we'll divide both by 2, and we end up with -4 over 3. Cool. Now all we have to figure out is the cosecant, secant, and cotangent. If we remember, the cosecant is just the reciprocal of the sine. So the cosecant is -5/4. The secant is the reciprocal of the cosine, and that will, let me put an equal sign there, okay? That will be 5 over 3. And then the cotangent is just the reciprocal of the tangent, which is -3/4. Now you're probably wondering to yourself, how am I going to remember y over r, x over r, y? I'm going to give you a little help here. Let's look at the tangent for a second. Tangent is t, y, x, right? So tangent y over x. We could say the Yankees X-ray. The Yankees X-ray. The Yankees X-ray. Because if you can remember that, the y is part of our sine. The x is part of our cosine. Hopefully that helps you. And now that you have this one under control, you get to try this one by yourself. Pause the video, work the problem, and then press play. We'll work it together. What does the problem say? Find the values of the trigonometric functions of the angle in standard position whose terminal side passes through the given point. Simplify your answer, including any radicals. Use integers or fractions for any numbers in the expression. And what is our point? We have it right here. X, Y. Negative 20 is X and 21 is Y. Now let's figure out our R, which is the same thing as our hypotenuse. Our X is negative 20. We're going to square that, plus our Y is 21. And we're going to square that. That gives us the square root of 400 plus 441. When we add those together, we have 841. And when you take the square root of 841, hopefully you get 29. I'm just going to write my ordered pair here because I keep forgetting when I move my slide up here. All right, so let's find the sine. The sine is y over r. Our y is 21 and our r is 29. Let's find the cosine. Our x is negative 20. Our r is 29. The tangent is y over x. Our y is 21. Our x is negative 20. And we can just rewrite that nicely as negative 21 over 20. Now to figure out our cosecant, it's just the reciprocal of the sine. That gives us 29 over 21. The secant is just the reciprocal of the cosine, negative 29 over 20. And finally, the cotangent is just the reciprocal of the tangent, which is negative 20 over 21. And you did it! Good job!